little girl enters a space filled with light. She doesn't know if she's dreaming, imagining, or if she's really arrived at the place where silence and eternity dwell.
Come in, God said to me. So, you want to interview me?
My time is called eternity, and it is enough for everything. What questions do you want to ask me?
None that are new or difficult for you. I just want to know what surprises you most about humans.
That they get bored of being children, rush to grow up, and then long to be children again. That first they lose their health to make money, and then they lose their money to recover their health. That by anxiously thinking about the future, they neglect their present, so they live neither in the present nor the future. They live as if they will never die, and die as if they had never lived.
God paused, his eyes filled with tears.
May I ask you another question?
Yes, my child.
As a father, what would you ask of your children for this year and every year?
I would ask them for so many things, that they learn they cannot make someone love them, but they can allow themselves to be loved, that it takes years to build trust and only seconds to destroy it, that the most valuable thing is not what they have, but who they have in their lives, that it's not good to compare themselves to others, because there will always be someone better or worse than them, that the rich person is not the one who has the most, but the one who needs the least, that they must control their attitudes or their attitudes will end up controlling them, that it only takes a few seconds to cause deep wounds, and those wounds can take many years to heal, that forgiveness is learned by practicing, that there are people who love them very much, but simply don't know how to show it, that money can buy many things, but not happiness or health, that when they are upset, they have the right to be, but that doesn't give them the right to hurt those they love, that big dreams don't require big wings, but a landing gear, that true friends are rare, and whoever finds one has found a treasure, that it's not always enough to be forgiven by others, sometimes they must forgive themselves, that they are masters of what they keep silent and slaves to what they say, that they will reap what they sow. If you sow gossip, you will reap intrigue. If you sow love, you will reap happiness. That true happiness is not about achieving your goals, but about learning to be happy with what you have. That happiness is not a matter of luck, but the result of decisions. That two people can look at the same thing and see something completely different, and that being honest with yourself will take you far. That even when you think you have nothing left to give, if a friend cries with you, you'll find the strength to comfort them, that holding on too tightly to those you love pushes them away, and letting them go can bring them closer forever. That the word love loses its value if it's used too much. That loving and wanting are not the same thing. Wanting demands everything. Loving gives everything. That you will never do anything so great that I love you more, nor anything so bad that I love you less. I simply love you. And that the farthest you can ever be from me is just the distance of a prayer.
And so, in a truly deep and meaningful encounter, holding hands gently, they looked intently at each other and continued their journey in profound silence. Break time equals 0.5s/.
If this moment touched your heart, I invite you to stay with us, to become part of this community of faith and hope. Subscribe to this channel and share this message, because you never know whose life could be transformed by a word of God's love. God doesn't always speak loudly or with extraordinary miracles. Many times, He is present in the silence of a prayer, in a friend's smile, in the sincere embrace of a loved one. The problem is that we rush so much that we rarely stop to listen. Today, this conversation with God reminds us of something essential. We don't need to go far to find Him. He dwells in the deepest part of our hearts. How many times have you been so busy thinking about tomorrow that you forgot to live the gift of today? God warns us that life isn't measured in years, but in moments of love. It's not about how many goals you achieve, but about how much light you leave in the people who cross your path. Maybe today is the day to look at the present again with gratitude for the health you have, for the faith that sustains you, for the people who love you. Forgiving isn't always easy, but God reminds us that forgiveness is the only bridge to true peace. Forgiving doesn't erase the past, but it heals the heart. And to love unconditionally, to love without demanding, to love simply because we have been loved by God, is the highest path we can aspire to. It's not about waiting for someone to change, but about sowing love even where it seems impossible. The world pushes us to want more, to have more, to compete without rest. But God reveals to us that true wealth is not found in things, but in people. Not in what we accumulate, but in what we share. The richest person is not the one who has the most, but the one who needs the least. Maybe today you'll realize that you're already rich, because you have someone to love, a beating heart, and the chance to start over. Do you know what the greatest distance you can be from God is? Just the distance of a simple prayer. A thank you, a help me, a here I am. That's enough for eternity to become present in your life. It doesn't matter if you think you failed too much. It doesn't matter if you feel unworthy. God doesn't love you for what you do, but for who you are, His child. Today, as you close your eyes and breathe, remember that God is with you. There is no distance, no mistake, no fall so deep that His love can't reach. And if this message has touched you, share it, because maybe someone you know is waiting for a sign, a word, an invisible hug from God, and you can be that instrument. Thank you for being here. See you at the next gathering. Until then, keep your faith alive and never forget, God always listens, even in the silence.